Hola. So we've got 5 rounds of our sun salutation A. So starting at the top of our mat, we're going to take a nice deep inhale and take those arms above head, connect the hands. On our exhale, we're going to bring those hands down past the midline of our body back to our side. We're going to engage our core, our glutes, ground our feet, find a back bend on an inhale. As we exhale, we're going to fold forward, hinging at the hips, bringing the fingertips down to where our body will allow. Drop the head. Hands to knees, flat back, nice deep inhale. We're going to bring the hands down to our mat and jump or step back to our high plank. So from here, we shift forward on the inhale. We exhale, we're going to lower down, chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, back to our downward dog. And we're going to take 3 rounds of breath here. Taking our hips from left to right. Deep inhale through the nose. Full exhale through the mouth or the nose, whichever you prefer. We're going to stop, take that tailbone up as high as we can. We're going to look between our thumbs and slowly walk our feet back up between our hands. Hands to knees, flat back, deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward to where the body will allow, dropping the fingertips and the head. Nice deep inhale as you take those arms above head, connect the hands back to the midline, back to the side. Right, and another one. Nice deep inhale, arms above head, connect the hands. Exhale, bring them down past the midline, back to our side. Deep inhale, back bend. As we exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips, finding the floor or as close to. Hands to knees, flat back, nice deep inhale. Coming down to our floor, jumping or stepping back to our high plank, shifting forward on the inhale, lower down, low plank. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, back to our downward dog. And again, we're taking 3 rounds of breath, making sure our hands, our fingertips are nice and spread out. We're going to bend our knees one by one in this one, taking the chest towards the knees as we do so. One more. We stop, we take that tailbone up as high as we can, pull the chest towards the mat, look up between the thumbs, and we slowly walk our feet back up between our hands, hands to knees, flat back, deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward, let those fingertips come down to where the body will allow, drop the head. Deep inhale as we take those arms back above head, connect the hands, bring them back down past the midline of the body on an exhale. Back to the side. Beautiful. Let's go again. Deep inhale, arms above. Connect the hands. Exhale, down past the midline of the body. Back to the side. Sweep up, deep inhale. Back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Hinge at those hips. Find the floor or close to with the fingertips. Forward fold. Hands to knees, flat back. Deep inhale. We're finding the floor with our hands again, jumping or stepping back, whatever works within yourself. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down, tuck the elbows, low plank. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, whatever you're feeling. And exhale, back to that downward dog. Awesome. We're going to try and take our heels down as far as we can to the mat. And if they're not quite there, we don't stress, we don't compare. We meet ourselves where we're at. Nice. Deep inhale through the nose. Take the tailbone up as high as you can. And exhale fully. And again, we're going for 3 rounds of breath. Or 4, 3 to 5 is the ultimate. It's your practice. You create your own. All right, let's look up between the thumbs. Slowly walk our feet back up. Hands to knees, flat back, nice deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward to where the body will allow. Deep inhale, arms above head, connect the hands. Exhale, bring them down past the midline. Beautiful. Right, we got 2 more rounds, I believe. Deep inhale, raise those arms. Connect the hands. Exhale, down past the midline of the body. Sweep up, nice deep inhale. We're finding our back bend. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Hands to knees, flat back, deep inhale. Finding the floor with the hands, jumping or stepping back to our high plank. Shift forward on the inhale. Exhale, lower down, tuck the elbows. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Create space between the ears and the shoulders. Exhale, downward dog. And again, we're going to take our hips from left to right. 3 rounds of breath here. Find movements that feel good within your downward dog. It could look however you want it to look. Just enjoy the feeling. Last round of breath. Looking up between the thumbs. We're walking our feet back up between our hands. Hands to knees, flat back, deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Deep inhale, arms above head. Connect the hands and voila, we've got 1 more round. Nice deep inhale. Connect those hands above the head. Exhale, down past the midline of the body, back to the side. Sweep up, nice deep inhale, back bend. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at those hips. Hands to knees, flat back, deep inhale. Exhale, we're finding the floor. We're jumping or stepping back to our high plank. Shift forward on that inhale. Exhale, lower down, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Create space between the ears and the shoulders. Downward dog on our exhale. And we're going to take 5 rounds of breath in our last downward dog. We're going to take our tailbone up as high as we can, pull our chest towards our mat. We're going to perform our body scan. This is where we're really paying attention to the sensations, the feelings we've got going on within the self. So from our fingertips all the way to our wrists, from our wrists to our elbows to our shoulders all the way down the torso to the hips to the knees to the ankles to the toes. Are we holding any tension today? Just becoming aware and meeting yourself where you're at right within this very moment in time. See if you can lift those toes up, push down the heels even further. Drop them back down. Let's look up between our thumbs. Slowly walk our feet back up between our hands. Hands to knees, flat back, nice deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward to where the body will allow. Deep inhale, raising back up all the way. Stretch the self. And connect the hands. Exhale. Voila, 5 rounds of our sun salutation. See you next time. Namaste.